We should be doing some form of email outreach as we're trying to get in front of people that either want to hire us, don't know they should be hiring us, or we're interested in working with. And that requires just a little bit of extra effort. What we've done with LinkedIn automation is for all intents and purposes, it's one for one. It's basically the same stuff. So I'm going to move very quickly through this and I'm going to give you kind of a high level understanding and then ultimately bring you through with a very condensed activity of running automation outreach. So, from the standpoint of understanding how you can execute across this, we could do this fully manually, and that's okay. Lots of people like to do this manually. So, you would find an email, you would create the email, and then you would send an email out to these people saying, I want to work with you. Manual plus tools requires kind of the flow that you see here. And then a fully automated process basically maps out everything that you got from all these different tools and takes it step by step with APIs, connecting these steps in between so that you don't have to carry stuff from one tool to another. Ultimately, this last automated step is where everybody's going in the future. This is what agents are all about, AI agents. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff here. To break it down into its simplest parts, yes, I am okay with people doing manual outreach. I don't think it's an issue. It really comes down to bandwidth. And if you want to spend the same amount of time doing manual outreach, that's totally fine. It's up to you. I have set up countless email campaigns. Outbound specifically, I've used hundreds of tools over my career, and I can tell you that depending on what you want to plug in and the nature of automation that you want within that and the least amount of additional steps that you want to add, then these are some of the different ways that I would potentially set it up so that you have a very smooth outbound process. The problem is, tools like Clay can be upwards of $700 a month, and not everybody wants to pay for that. You could easily get around that by doing something that is more automated that only requires you to pay for the API functionality. And if you're trying to do it at scale, maybe some additional email accounts, i.e., email domains underneath email accounts. I'll explain what that really means later, but honestly, this is the future. I will potentially build a course on this. If you're into that, please let me know. One of the things that I often have to coach people up on is the entire workflow, the process of how one goes about starting their outreach. So, we're first going to get ourselves a burner domain or multiple email addresses, and we need to warm them up. After that, it comes down to targeting and segmentation. Now, I've called them clusters, I've called them grouping. The whole concept here is bringing a bunch of people that have something in common so that the messaging makes sense and you can repurpose and reuse different templates with only swapping out a few merge fields, and it seems like it's made for them. Email discovery and validation basically means that we need to make sure that we're finding the correct emails and we're sending the emails to these corrected addresses. They're validated, meaning the email address exists. And then, of course, it comes down to making sure that we have versatile templates and the messaging feels right, feels like it's written by us, doesn't feel like it's over the top like robotic or AI speak. And then we're setting this email automation up in the form of a sequenced outreach. I know it seems like a lot, but I will take you by the hand and I will show you what this looks like. We can do this for free, and by the very end of this chunk of the course, I will go through how I do this all together within a tool called Apollo. And we have seen Apollo before. We have CSV lists that are basically our targets that we're going to basically run a bunch of outreach sequences after. We are going to update the messages to make sure that they're crisp and clean and we can fit in our merge fields. And before sending, of course, we always review and test. It's something people often miss out on. If you are looking for something that is far more robust and advanced and you want the N8N version of this, say it inside of the Discord group. I am happy to build that. I just need to know that people want it. Validation, right? Just so you don't feel like you're left hanging or you don't have enough resources in order to really tackle this, I have assembled a massive list. I think this is probably the biggest one or second biggest one of the course, and it's all email outreach resources. So it's all the burner domains, it's all the targeting, it's all the email discovery and validation, email message templates, sequenced outreach automation. It's literally everything. In case you weren't sure or it wasn't clear, these are all the different burner domain email resources, all the different targeting exercises, and a ton of resources to go with those. So targeting you and understanding exactly what industries and companies you eventually want to go after, then the individual people based on spark moments, email discovery and validation resources and tools. And then we're looking at the message templates that allow you to create these really cool outreach sequences. And then, of course, the automated outreach email sequences. So, like, there's just a crazy amount of good stuff in here, and you could get lost just dipping your toes in there. But I'm going to take you literally step by step through how to do this at scale. Super excited to be able to put this together for you, and hoping you get a lot out of it.